Saratoga, Whitney Stakes Day, the crown midsummer jewel day of racing at Saratoga. 5 gigantic stakes races, including the Whitney Stakes. And in this video, we're going to be covering the Pick 5, the big Pick 5, includes the big stakes races, races 7 through 11 in order, analysis of each race, and our Pick 5 selections. We're concentrating on the Pick 5 here. We're not worried about exactas and trifectas. We're just going with the horses we believe have the best shots to win the race. We're dead red on the win position. So we'll be covering those, giving you the selections, along with the analysis. And I'm joined by a guest analyst tonight, special guest, actor Robert Funaro. Many of you know him as Eugene Pontecorvo on The Sopranos, seasons 3 through 6. And here you see him with James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano, of course. And he's also starred in movies, one of them being here, The Irishman, where he's in there with Robert De Niro, also in American Gangster, other movies, television, Ray Donovan, Law and Order. And now he's also an author. He's on the book tour now, promoting his book, Homemade, 8 Sopranos inside stories and 8 homemade recipes. And you're not going to want to miss out on this one. It's out there right now on Amazon. You can get this book, brand new, hot off the press this year, Homemade. So now Bobby's an author. So here he is now. We're going to do some racing. And we've covered this. Robert has been on the show before, giving up some big winners, Euro winners on some of the Euro shows, Kentucky Derby, called Ice Cold Exacta with Sovereignty, also called Journalism in the Preakness, and he knows his horses. He's been involved in the purchasing of horses, playing the horses, playing the futures, covering the Euro circuit, and here he is today. Actor Robert Funaro joining us. Thanks for joining us, Bobby. How you doing today?
Thank you, Alan. What a wonderful introduction. It is a pleasure once again to be with a magician like yourself who pulls horses, so to say, out of a hat.
Thanks, Bobby. What do you think of these races? You got a good feel of these races? Really not go one by one, but
I'm not a. I'm going to rely on you for the dirt races. I have a few picks, but I know that you're really you excel on the dirt and turf also, but you excel with your speed figures on the dirt. And I'll just see if some of the horses that I choose sync with your picks. And I have some opinions about the turf races. Yes, I do.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're here for that because you're the expert on the turf races, especially on the Euro circuit. We got some shipping in for the big race. So, you can shed some light, one of them being a 7-5 shot. We'll talk about that when we come to it, coming across the pond. So let's get started. Cut right to the chase with race number 7. And Robert, he's more, what's your handicapping style, Robert? Because I'm more of a speed figure guy. And, I look at different factors. Speed, I use the Thorograph, I use the Brisnet. What's your handicapping style, Bobby?
I would consider myself a trip handicapper. I like to watch the races. I like to buy the formulator with the videos. I do like to look at breeding.
Very good breeding player. You're tremendous there.
I also like to look at class. The races, what a horse ran to, his ability. Is he dropping down? Is he moving up in class? What are his workouts like? How's that workout line? How's the trainer off layoffs? We have a few of those that we're going to talk about today. But I do like to rely on watching the horses run, and which I did last week. We had a nice pick 3 going, and we were Classic Q. We were robbed on the first race. We got caught at the wire. We would have had it cold for $40. Classic Q with with Sovereignty with Lynn Ann. I believe it was Lynn Ann the last
Right,
name.
and that was a beautiful call on that land, that Chad Brown
It was
horse.
just
You had victory, you defeats snatched from the jaws of victory. I mean, you
we
got
lost at the
bombed in that,
wire. We lost at the wire.
and
So,
with Ortiz up too, of all people.
yeah.
A tough
It's
game.
tough when they stretch out at Saratoga, that extra 16th of a mile. There's something about that extra distance over there that horses that are familiar with running the mile have a slight bit of trouble with the jockeys with regulating their fractions, so to say. And listen, he ran great. The horse ran great. We just got caught at the wire. What are you going to do? It's racing luck, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That was a hell of a call on that last leg. You did a great job to lose by a freaking nose like that at the wire when he led it all the way. But we start off with race 7. This is the only non-stake of this pick 5. And again, remember, this is a mandatory pick 5. And this is a 7. Robert's going to go first for all these races. He's going to give us his selections of however many he thinks are going to win and which ones. And then I'll follow him. And it'll be so we'll follow the same pattern race to race, so you'll know what to expect. This is a 7 furlong optional claimer, 75K for 3-year-olds and up. For 3-year-olds and up. So we're on the dirt. 7 furlongs, race 7. What do you see, Robert?
Yeah, $115,000 purse. As you said, I see a few options here. The horse that I went to first, of course, was Chad Brown's Credit Worthy. I thought he was. Watched some of his races, and I thought he was a pretty good play. Although he's going from, he won his last on the sloppy on the slop, but he looks like he has a lot of ability. I like his closing style. There are a few here that I think that are unknowns that could basically. That's one, Credit Worthy.
Okay.
I also like 24 Mamba, Tom Morley's horse. I think this horse has a lot of speed. When he had he's up there with the other horses. He's got style. He's run for 100K. He comes out of the 14 hole. Maybe there'll be a few scratches. We'll see what happens. But I think this is a good race for this particular horse. I think this one is he's got. I like his Classic Empire, Pioneer of the Nile, Harlan's Holiday on the bottom. I'm just hoping that it's not a sloppy track, but he's not. He's 10-1 shot, so I would spread with him. Credit Worthy, and there was another horse that I thought had a little bit of an ability also that might be dangerous, and I think it was the. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I think the what was it? Let me see. I don't know why, but those two, I guess it was a toss between. Not really. I was looking at Gustavo Delgado's Pletch's ex-horse. He got claimed last time out. I believe he was he was trained by Pletcher, and they handed him over to Gustavo Delgado.
Which number is he?
Okay,
I see him Speakeasy.
He's run for some class.
He's number 7.
Yeah, I don't know. Those, I guess, Alan, those two are my faves. I guess it's the Chad Brown horse and the 24 Mamba. That's my 2 picks.
Okay. So, and I got your 7 listed also as like on the fence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about your horses, and then I'll give you my horses.
Okay.
And you could weigh in on my horses, and then we'll kind of come to a conclusion. This way we get our study.
Well, you're the dirt expert, so I learned from you.
Okay, I let off with number My top choice here is number 13.
Yeah.
Let me get him up. Okay, here he is. 13 Jefferson Street, Bill Mott, Junior Alvarado. He seems to be the class. He's finished second in a G2. A thoroughgraph, the lower the number, the faster the race. He has run at 6.5 furlongs not this June, but the previous June. He ran a negative 1/4. He's the only horse in this race with a negative number, but he's going a pattern 0, 4, 6, 4, 5. And now he's due to drop back again. His last race was a G3, which he finished 5th, 4 1/4 back at Aqueduct in October. He is laid off a bit. 280 days. That's my main concern, but he seems to be the class of the race. And Bill Mott layoffs over 3 months. He wins 19%. He's in the money 46%, but he has good running style. He's been running in stakes. He has a couple of wins. He has a win here on the track. In June of last year, he won by 8. He seems to like Saratoga. So he's my top choice. And let me just see. Comes off a workout on the 20th, 10 of 43, 49 and 4. At Saratoga, he's 1 for 2. But at the distance, he's run 3 times. He has a win and a second, and he did, including a 103 Brisnet numbers. He's over 100. And he was also
Hello?
Okay, hang on a second. Let me just go. Okay, Jefferson Street. I'm back. Excuse me. This one is from Godolphin. I was looking at the 7, but we could talk about that one for a minute too, because I'll stick with him because he's actually a horse that is my third choice here. So, but he's going to be what I'm using. I'll stick with Speakeasy. Yeah, he's okay. He has the 103 at Gulfstream. And he's run here at the track. He didn't do well the last time he was here, but he was in a G1. And that's Speakeasy at Delgado. He's from Pletcher. So he's 1 for 2 at Saratoga. He does have a win here. And that was back in July of last year. But by the thoroughgraph numbers, what jumps off the screen at me here is he has the fastest recent numbers. He has the fastest recent numbers. Speakeasy. Okay. But Jefferson Street, my top choice, 13. He does have the negative. And at Saratoga last June. So 13's my top choice. My second choice is number 5. So the Bill Mott is my top choice. The 7 is actually my third choice, but he's one that I got to get in there. So 13, 7. My other one is number 5. That one is Dilger.
Yeah.
Safi Joseph Jr. This is another one. He came in 3rd, and he was 2 back. Gets Irad Ortiz, 7 furlongs at Aqueduct. He's run 4 races at 7 furlongs. He has a 2nd and 2/3. By the thoroughgraph, he looks really strong. He's also running G3 company. Faded last race. But they lost the rider lost the crop. That was Zayas. Gets the big jockey upgrade to Irad Ortiz. So the 3 I like there. Top choice 13. Second choice 5. And my third choice is 7. 13, 5, and 7. What do you think about? What do you think about that 13, Rob?
Yeah, absolutely. I was an overlay on my part. You're right. He has a lot of class, and that's what you want. Now, you did bring up that he hasn't run since October, and that's what concerns me a little bit. But he does have extreme amount of class, and it looks as if he's been working steadily. and his workouts look pretty good. I think he's a great pick. I mean, I have a tendency to want to spread in this kind of race. You don't want to really take a couple of horses in the first leg. I mean, you want to be kind of live and moving on. And in a race like this, I think it's a good idea to take a couple of choices. I like your horse. I think he's a damn good horse, and he's definitely good. I'm gonna try to beat him, but I would spread with him, and I like this the 7. I did point out the 7. I thought that was interesting.
We're on the same page there with that one, because that one is very nice.
I just don't see the 5 horse, but maybe that's something that you see more than I do. So I mean,
yeah, and I want to get to your credit worthy. Your second, the first 3 were on turf. And the next one, he jumped forward. He ran a 3. That's an excellent third graph number. Now he's stretching out from 6 to 7, and he really jumped forward. And from the April to June, or really lot dry. He was running 8s and 9s, and all of a sudden on dirt, he pops up with a 3. I mean, that puts him right in the freaking mix.
Yeah,
but he's stretching out. I'm trying to beat him here.
So, I love the way he ran in that slot, but that day he edged clear. He really cleared the field,
He's making his first start in stakes company, but he got the top jockey right now in Pratt. I mean, he seems to have moved past
Pratt ran your horse. It's interesting. He jumps off your horse last time, but Alvarado was the rider of your horse. So that's Mott's go-to rider. So there must have been something that happened that particular day that Alvarado couldn't ride him. So
I don't know. He said maybe he went to your horse because he's better.
Well, no. If you look at the line of Jefferson Street, it's Alvarado like 12 races in a row here. Junior's ridden him like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 times. Now he's back on the horse, so that's a good positive.
And I'm going to the other one who has a very sneaky pattern. This 24 Mamba. Now,
what is that? What do you think about him? Because I watched some of his races, and I tell you, it was sneaky. Really,
he has a very, very good pattern. He's run a low of a 2 at back in April. He won at Aqueduct at 7 furlongs, and now he regressed. He went 2, 4, 6. So you started to get a little bit slower.
You could throw out that muddy race. You could really throw out that muddy race,
And that wasn't a bad race by the third graph. He actually ran halfway decent because he went from a 6 down to a 5, and he has this pattern where he's curling back towards another 4 or number 2. So he's definitely, if he brings his A game, if he runs the race he ran in April, you could definitely count him as a big-time win contender here, and you're getting a nice price.
Sure, you would start your pick 5 with a good priced horse,
And the 7, we're both on the same page. The 7, the thing I find interesting about the 7, his form cycle, he has a pattern here. He's going every single race. He's only been in 5 races, and it's always been a slower race, a really big race, a slower race, a really big race. Now he did that slower race again, and if he comes with his 2 big races, he's just as fast as that 14 horse, the Morley horse. So if he follows his pattern, Delgado, and he's away 112 days, but Delgado is really scores with bombs. He has an ROI at Saratoga. Get this, out of 47 races, that's a good, nice chunk of races. He has an ROI here of 4.42.
Wow.
So he gets it done with bombs. And the first race after he gets the horse into his barn, first time out, he wins 21%. He's in the money, 47%. And he's 13% at Saratoga. 4.42 ROI. And he has Chris Elliott up, one of the up-and-coming top jocks. And he's due for one of those big races. So I can't leave, I would feel terrible, especially since he's won at this distance already twice. And he's due for a big race. And Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? If I spread, if I would
I
spread,
think it's okay
if I went with a fourth horse, it would have to be the 11. I would go with the 11 if I was going to add 4. And if there's any leg where I'm going to go 4 deep, it's this one. So I will put the 11 on the bubble for me, but the 5, I want to talk about the 5 just for a quick second, just to tell you what I see with him.
Yeah.
He's another one. He's another one. He came in third in a G2, Dilger 2 back, and he put up a really low thoroughgraph. Not quite as fast as the 7. 7 ran 2s, but this one has run 3 races that were a 3. And last race, the rider lost the crop. So he had a pair of 3s before that. And the 7 furlongs seems to be this one's distance. He ran the 8. He's running a stakes race, so we can throw the last race out. He gets Irad Ortiz and Safi Joseph Jr., and those two together win out of 341 races together. They win 31% of the time. And by the thoroughgraph, he definitely fits this race. The only thing with him is he doesn't like to seem to win very often. He seems to get beat close a lot. But with Irad, he did run a 3rd place here last August and has run here. But let me just bring him up at the distance while I'm on him. 4 races at the distance. Yeah, a 2nd and 2/3. He fits the race to me, and the class is there. He did run in the Carter Stakes in April, finished 3rd. Maybe Irad gets the best out of him. By the numbers, I got to use him. That's the 5. So.
Oh, he's definitely training well.
Yeah, 9. It's 36 and 4. He does have a bullet. 47.
Staffy's a good trainer. So,
if I had to single one, I'd single the 13. That's the class of that one. But final thoughts on this race?
I regroup and say the 13 definitely would be in my picks. The 13,
I have you 11, 14, 7. What are you thinking with the 7? Anything there? Or?
The 7 horse.
You mentioned him as a 3rd choice. Would you go 4 deep here? 11, 14, 7, and 13. Those 4, or to start it off, or
I would definitely go 4 deep.
Yeah, I'd go 4 deep too. We're both on the 7 and the 11, and the two differences you got 14.
I got 14 and the 11.
7, 11,
13. I like
Okay, so you got the 14, I got the 5.
That's 13, 14, 11, and I'm not so sure about the speakeasy horse. I'm not sure about him.
Okay.
The train and change. I don't really like the train and change.
Okay.
I would throw out the 7. I would lean more towards your 5 horse is interesting. That 5 horse you brought up is a very interesting horse. Dilger's an interesting horse.
Yes. Okay. So I'll leave it there.
If I was to pick 3, I would say 13, 14, 11. That would be my picks.
Okay, 13, 14, 11, and I'm sold on 4 here. I'm going to start it off with 4. I thought this is a tough race.
What's your 4?
5, 7, 11, and 13.
Okay.
And I got yours down. Okay, we'll go on to the next race now. Race number 8. Now it gets interesting. We go to a G1 $750,000 turf race, 1 mile. 1 mile. Okay, what do you think, Robert?
Okay, the 8th race, it's as you said, $750,000. It's a 4-star Dave. It's a great race. They got a little time before they hit that first turn, but speed always is important. Well, you only can come up with a really classy horse here. The horse that I chose that I really like, that I truly like, is deterministic. Miguel Clement's horse. I just like the way he's moving forward. He's Liam's map, and I like his races, and he seems to be progressively getting better and better. He won a slow race, the Manhattan. That's a grade 1. He stepped up to a grade 1. I like his forward positioning, and I think that Caramouche is definitely going to go out and try to put him to sleep. But I also, that's my first pick. He's 9-2. But I also think that you really can't underestimate this horse, the 3-horse, Johannes. Because if you look at his running style, every layoff, he wins the race. He wins on every layoff. He's got from December 22, he comes back in March 23rd, he wins.
That's amazing. Yeah.
May 6th, my sister's birthday, by the way. And he goes to April 4th. That's not too far of a layoff. He won. May of 24 to 27th, my mother's birthday.
Wow.
In July, and he wins at a mile and an eighth. This horse is a winning machine. July to September, and he wins again. Now, the last two, November and December, well, he won the San Gabriel, the grade 2 San Gabriel. So this horse, I watched him run. And these workouts look pretty good to me. The only thing is, and it says it on the formulator, that when he ships, he doesn't seem to excel when he ships, because he does have the Breeders' Cup. There was a shift that he did that he didn't really do well. Churchill Downs, the race at Churchill Downs, from Santa Anita to Churchill Downs, the American turf. He was what was he that day? He was 4-13 on the American turf, and he was paying $545 for, it was like I guess 9-2 maybe. But I looked at his races. He's a dangerous horse. So I like the 3. I really like Miguel to win this race because I like that open style, running up top,
Right.
So I would say the 8, and there was one more horse that I looked at here. I threw out Chad Brown. I threw out Chad Brown's horse.
Spirit of St. Louis.
Yeah, I threw out. I didn't really go with Stidham's horse. I didn't really like him too much. I think another dangerous horse, of course, he's stepping up in class. I don't know. It's I think I don't know. It's a big step up for the 1-horse Cugino. He got beat by Deterministic also. That was on him that day.
Too slow by the numbers here.
Yeah, he's too slow.
Very slow.
I'll throw him out. So those are I guess, Alan, if you ask me, those are the 2. I really didn't like Dylan Davis's horse, and Chad Brown's horse I threw out. And so I go with those 2, Alan. I'm going with the 3 and the 8.
Okay, which number is the Dylan Davis? Oh, Win for the Money?
Yeah.
It's a nice horse, but the other ones are just a little bit faster.
Yeah, so I'm going at 3 and the 8. I'm thinking I really like to see the 8 step up, but the 3 definitely has class.
3 is,
of course, he's got Nyquist, and I love Nyquist.
I see that. I was going to mention that, but I'll let you go. I'm not going to interrupt.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, so you're going too deep there. 3-8, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they're probably the best suited for this race. I'll go in order for you here. That 8 horse is in excellent form. He has the looks to be the speed, and he's turning back to only a mile here, so that amplifies his speed. He did run once at this distance, but it was like very early in his career. He came in second, but his numbers have gotten much faster as he's matured. Now he ran an 87 in that race. Now he's running very big Thorograph numbers. He's
His
running.
works look good too. The works at Del Mar definitely look damn good. That one of 11 of 85, 59. So he's
It's fast as
6
hell.
of 92, 59. July 13th, 59. July 20th, 59.
And Clement here, he's having an excellent meet. He's hitting at a 26%.
Look at those numbers. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so is Carmouche in the saddle, 16%. He's having an excellent meet. So 16% is nothing to sneeze at this place. And comes off the G1s, and he's only 4 years old. Leon's Map, a 625K horse. Yeah, he's actually my second choice, but I have him there. My first choice was, so you can't complain there. The three, that was an excellent point you brought out. That I didn't see that he fires like that off a layoff all the time, like clockwork. He's won 4 out of 5 at the distance, and his only loss was a second place finish at the distance. He's a specialist at the mile. He has the biggest numbers. He has excellent Thorograph numbers.
I think he's definitely well. That Yak team, and they place him in a good spot. They place him in a good spot.
Bob Baffert is
in a good spot.
They got Rispoli up now. So yeah, G1 winner. He's here. He hasn't run here. The shipping, you mentioned the shipping. The shipping, Yankton, he's only 9% shipping out of 47% races, but he can't be losing, with this horse, that's for sure. He's probably somewhere in that 9% that he hits with.
And look what he's going up against.
He's won 8 out of 13 career races. Yeah, he's only he's out of Nyquist.
I mean, you got to look at him on the track. Take a look at him on the track too, the day of. I mean, you could take a look at him also and see what you think. But he was impressive when I watched his races.
And eight, you're getting an excellent price on a 9-2 turning back.
Closes like a rocket,
Okay, so you looked him over.
Yeah.
And so I think we covered those. We're both on the 3 and the 8. Now I'm thinking about spreading a little bit again. I know Spirit of St. Louis, he likes it a little longer, but does he? He's raced 4 times here. He has a win in 2 seconds, and he is 3 for 4. He's won 3 out of 4 at the distance, at the mile. And the Thorograph numbers again, even on his slower races, he did win the G2 with the mile and 2 back at Churchill. We saw that. I can't leave him out. His numbers are just third by the. Let's put it this way: by the Brisnet, he looks too slow. And I hate to say it about Spirit of St. Louis, but by the Thorograph, he's actually has the best Thorograph numbers again of all horses in this race, with the exception of his last race. Did you happen to catch Spirit of St. Louis's last race on June 8th, where he came in 6th?
Yeah.
7 back. He just didn't have it that day, and it was here, and that's what's troubling about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just not the horse that. I mean, I had him to win on that day of Gulfstream Park on the January 25th. I had him that day. I liked him that day.
Oh yeah, we both played him that day. I remember that. That was a great. What was that? That was
Pegasus Day. Yeah.
Right. We did a show about that, and we were all over him. So listen up, people. Have that pen ready. Okay.
But the cutback to me is, I mean, unless they're running blistering fractions to close into, because he doesn't show any opening speed. He's going to have. I mean, he's going to have traffic. Coming down that lane. And I just like at this mile. I like what Miguel's been doing with his horses. He's just been sending them out and catch me if you can. and I like that style. Now, Johannes, of course, I mean, it's his class that sets me off.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm leaning here now. I just want to go back to deterministic.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
narrow.
deterministic was the one that beat Spirit of St. Louis.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm with you there. My top two are 3 and 8, and I'm going to see how much my ticket costs. And I have a circle around number 7.
All
I'm
right.
thinking
Possible.
maybe it's a clunker last race. He is 3 and 4 at the distance. It is Chad Brown, and I just his workouts. His workouts are not earth shattering. 49 and 3, 50 and 1. One that interests me a little, but I'm not going to go there. Is the yeah? I'm not sure what to make of it. It's the I think it's the 4 horse. It's the one. Think Big. This one has won 4 out of 5. He's won a couple of G2s. He went a G3 here at Saratoga at a mile. The four horse I'm looking at.
Think big.
Yeah, the Stidham. What didn't you like about him? I know he usually sprints, but he did run a good race at a mile, G3, to move up. What didn't you like about him? I'm not going to. He's on the bubble there. He would be another choice, but
I don't know. Does Stidham have him in the right place? Does Stidham have him in the right place to be competitive with these horses? He has run grade 2s, and he's won some grade 2s.
yeah, he might be in the
It's a
deep end of the pool.
specialist race, man. It's a specialist race, and he does have the right twirling candy ride, great on the turf. Always thinking, street sense. You get Saez on board. And Ortiz is on what? Ortiz is on. Where's Ortiz? Where does he land? Ortiz land here. Not sure where Ortiz lands here. Is he in this race? No. Oh, he lands on the 2.
Number 2.
I tell you, of the horses that are interesting in the race.
2's probably going to try and run to the front. But the problem with 2 is he does his damage sprinting. His route races were on the slow side.
Right. Are they? Yeah.
Yeah. My 8's going to be the one that takes over in this race. We'll see.
Well, think big is it's up to you. I mean,
I'm on 3-8
furlong horse. He won the grade 3 Kelso. Who did he beat? He didn't
Right.
beat. Who did he beat? Whereas Johannes has beat some
Yeah.
good horses, man.
Yeah, I think 3 and 8. I'm going to follow your lead on this one. I'll leave it at 2 right now. You got to get skinny in some of these legs.
Well, you want to save a little bit,
Right. Okay, now we're going to go on to race 9. And race 9, let's close this one out. Race 9. This is an interesting one. This is in your wheelhouse. We have some Euros in this race. 1 3/6 miles. The Saratoga Derby Invitational. Another G1, 750K race, this time at 1 3/16. Bobby, take it away.
I fell on test score. 5 horse.
Okay.
I thought he was interesting. The 5 horse was an interesting horse. I mean,
G1 win.
It's the G1. How good was this? There was another horse in here that I thought that was kind of.
And they say he got off to a bad start. He bobbled, he hit the gate, and he still won.
I love test score. I mean, this is my pick here. If I was to say I need like a horse, I think test score was the horse I like.
Uh-huh.
Of the Euros, I really don't watch Barty's horse. I landed just on. Maybe I listen to what you have to say because I don't know. I just really I like test score. I like test score. I didn't like any of the Euros. Even Tiberius Thunder. What's
I
interesting
don't
is
like that one at all. Okay.
interesting is that it's an interesting horse. I think that World Beater is an interesting horse, and
I love it.
I think if I was going to have two, I would play them two together. So. But I do like test score. Why not a repeat of that? The 5.9.
Yeah, and you know what? They said he had a kick. You had a kick at the end. He was closing like a train, and now this one's a little longer. That was 1 1/8, and he only finished 1 1/4 behind test score. Why is test score 7-2 and he's 10-1? And so we both like 5 and 9.
Yeah, you're going to get good value on that horse if he wins.
Oh, yeah,
he's not impossible to win this race. I mean, given the last race, the Saratoga race at the 1.8 he chased 3 wide with a mile kick. I don't know if he gets the right connections, he might win it.
Well, they have a number here on Brisnet that's similar to the Tomlinson number for turf. World Beater actually has a higher number, 112 to higher than test score.
Yeah.
9 has a little bit higher than test score. Why don't you like the 7? I'm not really crazy about him either. Why is
I'll say one thing.
Why is he 7-5?
One thing I do like about the 9 is I love Kitten's Joy, Oscar Performance. I love those two horses. And you got a Davenant, the Dame Blame on the bottom. So that's a dangerous horse to me. Now the 7. Well, I watched the 7's runs, and in the 7's runs, although he ran grade 1s, it was straight runs, Alan. They were runs that are straight. Now he comes over here, and he's got to do 2 turns. And I don't like horses that have to do that kind of work. You know what I'm saying? Or they're one-turn horses. Because if you look at his running style, I mean, he's run miles. These 3 races, the Curragh, Doncaster, and the Curragh, they're straight races. You know what I mean? The Curragh, this one is a straight race. Well, 1, 2, 3 straight races. The one in Doncaster might have been, which he won, might have been 1 turn. But they were straight races. You know what I'm saying, Alan?
Yes.
So I think it's a lot. I mean, I like Jessica Harrington. She's a respected trainer. She's never really won big for me when I've bet her in Europe, but I do respect her as a trainer. On the undercard, she's quite dangerous. But, to me, well, it's not my pick.
What about the jockey, Shane Foley?
Good jock. He's a good jock. Shane Foley's a good jock. He's out. He rides for. I think he rides for Aiden at times. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think he's an Irish jock. I believe so. Could be wrong.
I'm leading. Now we'll go to the Thoroughgraph numbers for this, because
I mean, that's my feeling on hot to shell. So
here's the skinny on the Thoroughgraph. A few of these horses are tied, okay, for the best race. Test score, he's run a pair of 5s already, and he's good. What I like about him is he's going second off the layoff for Graham Motion. And
gets a nice post too. You have to say that post is nice.
Excellent post, 5. And he can cover the ground. He finished with, they say, good energy, and he put up a 5, won a G1 despite a bobbled at the start, and he brushed the gate. And second off the layoff, he has a beautiful form cycle. He keeps moving forward. He's only 3 years old. Well, it's a 3-year-old race. And the other one, okay, so he's in there too. He's one of the ones I like best. Now, the 7 has gotten faster and faster by the Thoroughgraph every race. And he's started off, he was 16, 13, 10, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5. In defeat, he ran a 5, which is the same as test score. So he's won with a 5 there. And the third choice, who also in defeat ran a 5, was World Beater. And he's gotten faster every race. His turf races, 13, 10, 7-5, 11, 7-5. He keeps moving forward. He's won 2 out of 3. Just missed in that G2, G1, the test score. My only concern is Yami Torres is the jockey at Saratoga. Well, he's 1-for-10.
Well, he has run this horse with this, so he knows the horse well.
Okay, and he's
So
doing a hell of a job.
there's a possibility he could steal it. There's a possibility.
Definitely. He has that pattern. The one thing the 7 and the 9 have in common is they've went forward every single race, and they're both coming off a 5. Very similar patterns. And as far as the 5, he has these layoffs here, but he's kind of moving forward too.
Point out that the 7 really excels in good soft tracks, good tracks. So the giving the ground is going to help him. But if it dries out between Friday and Saturday, which it could, I mean, you're going to get a firmer turf. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll probably make this a B horse, but my top 2 choices there are 5 and 9. The straight running on that straight track, most of his best running seems. Well, at the 1.25 miles, he jumped down to his fastest race, but lost by 3 and change. Harrington.
It's supposed to be dry tomorrow at Saratoga.
Oh, that's what they say? Yeah.
So there was raining today, 75% chance of rain. Friday, 50% chance of rain, so there is some rain. Saturday is 78 and sunny.
Oh yeah, they're not going to take these off. I guess the moisture is going to be the key for the Euros, because I noticed the 7 horse he hasn't gotten a dry track.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, as I said,
the turf is always listed as good. I don't think this horse has ever run on a dry track.
These horses run straight, Alan, and to me, it's like they got to run 2 turns. It's a different ball game.
Okay.
This horses ran straight 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races. 4 of the 8 races he ran straight.
Got it. Okay. So
when he ran at the 1.25 miles on a good to firm track, the Great Coral Eclipse, he placed 5th. Press later 3 furlongs ahead of 2 furlongs that weekend, final 110 yards. So I'm not so sure he's I don't know. That's my feeling on him,
Okay. Okay, so I'll put 7 on the side if I make a second ticket, but my main ticket, I'm going to have 5 and 9. You're on 5 and 9 as well.
59,
that
yes.
9, hopefully that world beater gets it done.
Yes.
And he's a closer, and so is 5. Jeez.
Yeah.
No, 5. Okay, so 5 is the presser. I was looking at the other one. Okay, well, now we move on to race number 10 of the Pick 5. If you're just joining us, well, you've been watching since the beginning. We're covering every single one of these. We're going to put together Pick 5 tickets. Race 10, this is a fun race. The Test, $500K race for 3-year-old fillies, 7 furlongs on the dirt. What do you think, Robert?
To me, it was only one horse in here. I really like the way he's moving. Echo Sound. The 6. 6, and I like the 6 on top. I do think that I don't know what his thoroughgraphs are, that he's interesting to me. The 3 is the McCarthy's 3 is interesting to me.
Those are the only 2 I have, 6 and 3.
There you go. We're both the same. I like 6.
Yeah,
I really like. If I was going to single something, go with a single to take a shot, I would go with the single of the 6.
I think that's the single. I think that's the single, Bobby.
Yeah, you think it is, right?
Yeah. He comes off as a 0 paragraph.
He does, right? I mean, it looks great.
He's 4 points faster than the 3, and the 3 is the next fastest horse.
Yeah.
And we're talking open lengths here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the 3. Since he's in this race, I figure we might as well mention him. What do you think of Bob Baffert's number 4 cash call? Pratt,
Yeah,
won 3 straight.
Yeah, he's won 3 straight. I mean,
by the numbers, he's just a shade slower in the Thorograph. I think the 3 has put 4s up there, and this one's put a couple of 5s up there. But
the Thorograph says that. I mean, the PP says Baffert's lowest win rate is route to sprint. So that's an interesting note.
Lowest win, very interesting. Listen up, that's a good one. Yeah, and he's running the 3's running in G1s, G2s, and finished second in one of G2, finished second in G1. And the best that Baffert has to offer here with cash call is a first place in a G3. So, and plus you got the slower numbers. And
I watched that race at Saratoga, July 3rd, on Echo Sound. Boy, did he look good.
Now, if you want to talk about his numbers, since people are probably curious about what Thorograph numbers are, I'll just give you a peek at what he's doing here. The lower the number, the faster the race. You got one horse with a 4, Beauty Rates, number 8. The last 2 races, since he's come back from the layoff, he put up a 4. He won. Now he put up a -1/4. So now he's going below 0. Nobody else is even close to that here in this field. Me and Molly McGee, number 5, probably the early speed in this race with Frankie Dettori. 5 will be, probably winging it for the front. He's stretching out from Churchill. The 3 is the next best. 2, if you want to mess around, but he's like moving too far. But 3 and 4, that's probably going to be an exacta that pays next to nothing. 6 would have to get a bad break to get out. So that's my take. So, and like you said, I'm leaning the same thing. You got to take a stand somewhere, and if you can't take a stand on this horse, I mean, this is going to lower the price of the ticket. And I think it's no sense doubling the price of the ticket by using 2 in this race. Okay, now we got race number 11.
Whitney.
The Whitney Stakes. We got some tremendous horse. Whitney Stakes. It's 1.1 miles. It's the crown jewel race for older horses for the Saratoga, meet. And we got the Breeders' Cup winner of last year, Sierra Leone, in here. We have the winner of this race and Breeders' Cup winner of the previous year, White Barrio, in here. And White Barrio did win the Whitney in 2023. And we have, of course, Fierceness in here, who won the Travers last year, and then the Florida Derby. And there's some others in here as well. There's another one I wanted to mention. White Barrio, Sierra Leone. Skippy Longstocking, $3.6 million earner, 6-year-old, number 2. Wow. What do you think of this race?
I'm looking at Skippy Longstocking. Was bought for $37,000, and he's made over $2 million.
$3.6 million.
It's amazing, because the horse game is knowing from the owner's side, because my friend Bill Barnett, who had some horses, it's such a interesting game that a $37,000 horse, you know what I mean? It's just owned by Daniel Alonso. God bless him. You know what I mean? It's just you want to say that, but it's just an interesting. What a great buy at the OBS sale,
Yeah, what a hell of a buy. 37 made billions.
Yeah. So I think, I like Fierceness to win this race. I think it's his time. I think his class. And I think that you mentioned that Mindframe probably is not going to be running of the 2 horses. Huh?
He's not going to be.
Yeah.
Unless Fierceness gets injured between today and Friday.
Right. That's what they were saying. So as a long shot horse, I'm gonna put in Skippy Longstocking based on his last run. Now I know he doesn't win on the classier races, but something about the way he ran that day that was interesting. So I'm not going to say he's going to win. I like Fierceness to win this race. Sierra Leone always comes short at these shorter races to me. White Barrio, I don't think he's the same horse, if you ask me, that he was when I bet him in Gulfstream Park. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's my feeling on White Barrio. I don't think he's the same horse that he was, His renewal came up brutal. So my favorite horse here is definitely Fierceness. It's Fierceness. If I was going to single a horse, I would single Fierceness. I mean, he ran into a sloppy track. It was a mile. Give me a break. Clutch has won this race 4 times. He gets a trip that he'll stalk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go out like he usually goes out, like he burnt himself out on the Breeders' Cup day. Come on, this is the horse to beat. That's my feeling. So I would say 9, single 9 on 1 ticket. And if you wanted to get interesting, I played it 2. We never know.
Yeah. And I'll tell you the 2 while you're on there. Beautiful thoroughgraph numbers, as consistent as hell, consistent as can be. He has run, actually, he has more good numbers than, except for Sierra Leone's Breeders' Cup number. He has a string, lower the number, the faster the race. He has a string of zeros, and he has 3 negative numbers. And the only race where he ran above a 0, going back all the way to 2024, early 2024, was 2 races back at Oaklawn, where for some reason he dueled up front. He ran out of style, and he still came in 3rd. He ran a 2, but all the numbers are zeros, negative a half, negative a quarter, negative 1. This horse will be in the money. Let's put it that way.
He seems to be progressively getting better, if you ask me. No, or am I wrong?
The 6-year-old, he doesn't really win G1 races.
Yes, that's the thing. That was the note.
He wins G2s. He wins G3s. He comes close in G1s.
Right.
But his numbers are there. I mean, his numbers are as good. You can't leave him out of the try.
At 10 to 1.
And if the other ones get in some sort of a speed duel, and there is some speed in this race with a few of them, White Barrio and Fierceness can rate a little bit. Like you, I think White Barrio is a different horse. Fierceness beat him last race, and now Fierceness is on the way up. He's too fast. I'm not using White Barrio for the win. He might sneak into the try. He might not. But Skippy he might miss the try, White Barrio. I think he's the toss in the exotics, but I'm certainly not using him for the win. Skippy Longstocking, if the others don't bring their A game and this one just runs like he's been running, he can win the race at 10 to 1.
Well, this was but I'm looking at the race now. This race at a mile and a quarter, right?
Yeah.
He's running off a 46-1. He's only 2 horses behind a 46-1, and he's 3 wide, Alan. You know what I'm saying? So he's 3 wide, or he's 3 wide, and then the next fraction is 110-3, and he's right there. I mean, he's right there. He's 3rd. He's right there, 110-3, and he goes with the 3 horse. He goes with Midnight Mammoth. He doesn't let Midnight Mammoth go, right? And look at this other fraction. I mean, this fucking was impressive. This 3 wide. I mean, I don't know what the thoroughgraph was because they allot for the.
He has a 0, which is a great number.
Yeah, so
that's a faster number than Fierceness ran.
135-2, and he's wide, and that's what I liked about this race. And he does not give up. He does not give up. And he's not impossible, wouldn't you say? What are your thoughts?
He's not impossible at all.
He can't be impossible, if you look at those 22 and 2, Alan, he was only 2 back. 46 and 1, 110 and 3, 135.
110 and 3. That's pretty damn quick.
He's right. He's right there. He's right there. He's not like he's behind. I mean, a horse is progressively getting better. This horse. I don't know. I mean, I can't leave him out. I'm sorry.
No, he's definitely. I'll tell you what. I know Fierce. You can't. If you compare Thoroughgraph coming off Fierceness, his last race, he puts up negative numbers all the time. Fierceness, but last race he put up a 0, which is the same number as Skippy Longstocking. They both, they're both coming off 0, so they can same ballpark and where Fierceness is usually between -1 and -3. Skippy Longstocking has run -1 before and negative others a couple of times. Yeah, not impossible. If there is even the slightest bit of a pace breakdown and he's stalking like he did in that last race, Skippy Longstocking could certainly win this race. It's not my top choice, but I got to use him.
I would say,
and like you, I got to use Fierceness.
If I was going to play a couple of triples, I'd play. Well, this wouldn't really pay a lot.
I got the triple horse for you.
295, 925. I don't know. What's your triple horse?
My triple horse is Post Time, number 10.
Okay.
He is loaded with negative numbers. I've looked at this and I thought, what is this horse 4-1 or something? I think he's 10-1. He has a -1, -1, -2, -1, -1. He's like a negative machine. He doesn't win he came in second in a G1 at Del Mar in November in the mile race, I guess on Breeders' Cup Day. G1, he came in third, 2 back. G3, he's always in the money. I mean, that 10 horse never misses the board.
He ran to Whitney in August of June, and he came in third in the Whitney. Yeah, he ran on a sloppy track, but.
Oh, right. He did run in the Whitney last year. He came in third.
And he ran a 105 by it, too, in that Whitney.
Yeah, he has a -1 there in that race.
You know what?
This is a player at a price. I got to use that horse.
He's an unknown entity. I mean.
He actually has a -3 in January at Laurel. That's Fierceness material.
Wow.
He has the best Thoroughgraph sheet here besides Fierceness. It's a bunch of negatives all over the place, below 0. I think he's a steal. I'm thinking if I was just going to use 2 horses in this race, I would use 9-10. But actually that's what I am going to do. I think I'm going to go 9 and 10 as my. I'm not going to use Sierra Leone because I think like boxing, Fierceness has him measured at this place. He beat him in the Travers. He beat him in the Jim Dandy last year here. And the only time Sierra Leone legitimately beat him was in that Breeders' Cup when Johnny V ran that 22-5 opening quarter in the mile.
Right.
Otherwise, so I'm not going to use Sierra Leone. Certainly, you got to consider him for the triple because Sierra Leone in his career has never missed the board. Maybe a 4-horse box with.
I mean, this is a really slow race. This Laurel Park race.
I mean,
25 and 3, Alan.
What's that?
The opening quarter was 25 and 3 with Post Time.
Now to the 5-ace pole they go. Speediness uncontested. Speediness from Awfully Cool by length and a half, another length and a half.
51 and 1.
Win in a very soft 51 seconds.
Very soft.
Another 6 length back at his Curlin's Malibu and tell him I'm coming. Around the turn, no change.
He's a closer Post Time.
Awfully Cool in pursuit.
But he has a bigger closing kick than Sierra Leone.
Yeah. He has run classy races. You're right. You know.
Post Time is right there in
third. They kind of dropped him back a little bit, but
cool as they reach toward the quarter pole and top of the stretch.
I'm not sure I would play him.
Is that leader the one to catch still from Awfully Cool? Post Time is now set down.
115 and 2, Alan.
That's slow.
clicking on, does post time.
And he's really
Speediness
working
is
it.
game though. Speediness post time, awfully cool there on the outside still, and it is post time. Post time, a 16th to go. Takes off with
139.
Sheldon Russell coasting away in the deputed testimony. It's post time.
And that was what, a mile and 16?
Tell him I'm coming.
Mile and an eighth, and he ran 151
Oh.
and won.
Let me see how long Sierra Leone takes to run a mile and an eighth.
Well, Sierra Leone is a damn good horse. That's for sure. We know that.
He ran 148, a mile and an eighth, 149. I'm going by the third graph here, and I'm like,
Don't let me influence you off of this horse. If you like him, you got to go with your gut.
I like him.
Then play him. You should play him. You like him, you play him. I'm going to toss him.
Okay.
But
So you're on 9 for the most. We're both on 9.
I'm on Fierceness in the 2 horse.
9 and 2.
Yes.
I may use the 10. I may go 9, 10, 9 to 10. I maybe go 3 there and look for a price, and you got 9 too. Okay.
That's about it. That's a pick 5.
Okay, so let's add this up. Okay. Let's hang on. Let me just do this. Let me add this up.
Okay.
Okay. There we have it. We have our picks here, and we'll make it easy. We're going to put the picks up right now. I'll begin with Robert's picks, his pick 5 play here. As you can see, those are all his picks for each leg of the pick 5, separated by a dash, 4 by 2 by 2, a single of the 6th and the 10th, and Skippy Longstocking in Fierceness. And Bobby playing for $1, $32 for $1. Very reasonable for the pick 5. And you got some longer ones in there. In some of these legs, Skippy Longstocking 10-1, some 10-1s in that first leg, playing against a 7-5 shot in the 9th race. So this could be very good. And for 50 cents, this pick 5, Bobby's pick 5, is just $16. So great job, Bobby. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Alan. It's a pleasure.
And this, I'm going to play it for 50 cents here. It's $24 for 50 cents. Okay, I got 4 by 2 by 2, the same 6. Okay, Robert and myself were on the same. The middle legs were the same, 3, 8, 5, 9, and the single of the 6. I added the 10 horse in the last leg, and that one I like. We talked about it. That's the only difference there. Post time. So on that play there, let's see, 4 by 2 by 2 by 1 by 3, $24 for 50 cents. That's going to be my play. And if I fiddle around and do something else, this is my primary play right now. This is the one I like best. And then again, we have Robert's picks right here. So you can go back, rewatch this, take notes, and you can come to the end here and you can get our picks on this selection. Robert, I want to thank you very much for joining us. This has been tremendous. Let's get it done again. Let's get it done again. And I want to thank it. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Okay, so got a couple days to look at this. It's Friday now when this is released, so we got 2 days to look this over, and we'll see what happens from here. It should be a great day of racing. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Who do you think's going to win? Leave it in the comments down below. Let us know if we come through for you. And we did the best we can. We really looked this over, and I feel pretty good about it. Anything to add, Bobby, before we go?
No, just bet with your head, not over it.
Couldn't say it any better.
Goes, I think it is.
So best of luck to everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember, may the horse be with you.